Welcome to the C tutorial guys. In this tutorial we are writing a code to make a mini calculator such that if we change this value and we run this code, we get this basic calculation of plus, minus, multiplication and division of two variables. So let's begin. From here I will create a new file under the lab2 because this is lab2 for me, and here I'm writing the task. For me this is task underscore 4 dot c. .c is basically the file extension. In the first line of code, I'm writing a comment and I'm typing the title for this task, which is mini calculator. After that, I have added standard input output library. So I have written hash include stdio. And then I'm adding here the main function int main, and in between these curly brackets we use to write our code. And at the end of the code, we always write return 0. Now before writing the logic of the code, we always define the variable first. So here I am writing a comment define variables, and here I am going to define the variables. Since I am writing the code for integer data type, so I am writing here int, and then I'm going to define two variables. So first variable is going to be a, and I'm assigning an initial value for this variable as 4, and then I'm adding a second variable which is b, and I'm assigning an initial value as 2. Although we can do the same thing as a user input, which we will do in our next code, and after that I am here writing a semicolon at the end of the line, which is the syntax for the C code. As we are done with defining the variables, so I am writing here the code for addition first. So I have written the comment first addition, and then I'm typing here printf, and then in between these inverted commas I am writing sum of, this should be variable a and variable b, but since I am using here a format specifier, so I'm writing here %d and %d for variable a and b, and I am writing another %d for the addition a plus b, and after that I am typing comma after the inverted commas, as we know that the first %d is for variable a, so I'm typing variable a, and then second should be variable b, and the third should be a plus b. So I'm typing here a comma and then a plus b. So since we have used 3%d, which are the format specifier for integer data type, and we have used three variables for that, let's run this code, and as you can see the output is correct. Sum of 4 and 2 is 6. So since we have written the code for the addition, now let's write the code for subtraction. So I am writing here a comment for subtraction, and here I'm writing the same in the same way, printf, and in between these inverted commas I'm going to write subtraction of %d and %d is %d, and a similar fashion that we have used above. I'm going to write here comma a comma b comma a minus b. Now let's run this code, and as you can see in the terminal the code is correct, but we should be getting two lines in the terminal. So I have to type here \n. Now let's run this code. We have to type \n, and I actually typed /n, and now the output is correct on the two lines. Since we are done with addition and subtraction, and now this is the time for the multiplication. So I'm writing here multiplication as a comment, and in a similar fashion I am going to write the code for the multiplication. So I'm writing here product of %d and %d is %d, and I am writing here a comma b comma a static b. Now let's run this code, and before running this code I am typing here \n on previous line so that we get output on three different lines. So the code is correct. Here I am adding \n on top line so that we get an additional line for better identification in terminal. And now in a very similar fashion I am writing the code for the division. So I've added a comment and written division here, and after that I am writing the same way. I'm going to use three format specifier for integer data type, that is %d, a comma b a slash b. Now let's run this code, and as you can see in the output we have got the correct results. Now let's change these inputs. I have changed A, and as you can see we have got the correct results. We can also change B as well. Here I have make a mistake, so there should be B equal to 4, and we have got the correct results. So here as you can see we are changing the inputs within the code. In our upcoming video we are going to do the same thing with user input, which means that we are not going to change the inputs within the code but in the terminal. See you in the next video guys.